Hello dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about how you can score out of 100 out of 100 or more than 95 marks in your business studies. It may be in PUC first year or PUC second year. I have scored 98 marks in business studies when I was in 12th class. The process is very easy. You have to go through the blueprint first. See, if you want to reach a destination or any place, before starting driving, you will go to the map and check that route which is the fastest and convenient way to reach that place. In the same way, this is the road map to reach your destination. See, first of all, what you have to do, you have to understand what is the pattern of your question paper. In your question paper, you are having 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions, 4 mark questions and 8 mark questions. All the 1 mark questions are covered in part A, that is fill in the blanks, match the following, multiple choice questions and 1 sentence answer. 4 type of questions will be asked in part A. In each category you will get 5 questions like 5 MCQs, 5 fill in the blanks, 5 1 mark questions and 5 MCQs like this. And in part B, 2 mark answers, or you'll get 2 marks for each question, each answer, right? In that you have to answer 6 questions. They will give you 10 questions. Out of those 10 questions, you have to answer only how much? 6. You will get how many marks there? 12 marks. Okay. Then in 4 marks, you have to answer 6 questions. Again, you will get 10 questions there. You have to answer how many questions? 6 questions. Means what? 6 questions, 4 marks each question means what? 24 marks you are getting. In 8 marks category, again you have to answer 3 questions. Okay. 8 3s are 24 marks. This is the pattern of question paper. In blueprint, you have to check from which chapters you can get more 4 marks, 8 marks, 2 marks as well as 1 mark question. I'll clarify you one doubt here. See, if you want to score out of 100 out of 100, you should know all the 1 mark questions from all the chapters. Then only you can score out of 4 marks. But if you do selective study also, you can score more than 70 or 75 marks for 80. Okay, out of 80 you can score 70 or 70 plus even though you are doing selective study on the basis of your blueprint. First of all, we'll discuss in today's video PUC first year's blueprint for business studies, and in next video we'll discuss about PUC second year blueprint. Okay, this is the blueprint. These are the total 11 chapters we are having. Here we are having total marks allotted to that particular chapter. This is MCQ. MCQ means not only MCQ but 1 mark questions, and these are 2 mark questions, 4 mark questions and 8 mark questions. Okay, here from first chapter you'll get 12 marks. In total you'll get 12 marks. From second chapter you'll get 16 marks. Okay, and third chapter 8 marks, fourth 14 marks, fifth 7 marks. In this way all the marks are written here. Okay, I'll provide you blueprint in the comment section. See here, from first chapter if you are getting 12 marks and second chapter 16 marks, okay, you have to check whether I am getting 4 marks as well as 8 mark questions in this particular chapter. If you go through only total marks and if you are not getting 4 marks and 8 mark question from that chapter, then you cannot score the marks. Okay, here see, I have selected few chapters here. First of all, from first chapter 12 marks you can get. From that 12 marks, see here, you can cover 1 8 mark question here, 1 8 mark question you can cover here, and 1 2 mark question, and in section 8 you can get 2 marks. Understood? Means after studying first chapter perfectly, you can answer 1 8 mark question. Means in total you have to answer 3 8 mark questions. Out of those 3, you have already covered 1 question, 1 8 mark question here. Again, from second chapter you are getting total 16 marks. Out of those 16 marks, again 1 8 mark question you have covered here. 1 8 mark question means that in total 3 8 mark questions you have to answer. Out of 3, 2 you have covered from first 2 chapters itself. Then In second chapter, you are getting one 4-mark question also. In total, how many 4-mark questions you have to answer? 6. 6 into 4, 24. Right? So, here from second chapter also, you will get 2 marks in first section A, part A, and one 2-mark question. Means what? Already out of 6 2-mark questions, you have answered 2 2-mark questions, one 4-mark question out of 6 questions, and 2 8-mark questions out of 3 8-mark questions. So first 2 chapters you must do. Then next chapter which is giving you highest marks is 4th chapter. Okay, from 4th chapter you can get 14 marks. In PUC first year you can get 14 marks. Out of those 14 marks, here you can cover 8-mark question. Another 8-mark question you are covering means what? From these 3 chapters only you can cover all the 8-mark questions. Okay. Then here also you are getting another 4-mark question. Right? Another 4-mark question means what? You have covered 2 4-mark questions also here and all the 3 8-mark questions. And in section A you will get again 2 marks from this chapter. Then next chapter, see, these are the 3 chapters you are doing. From these 3 chapters only, how many marks you are getting? 12, 16 plus 14. Means in total how many marks? 30 plus 42 marks you can score. If you are thinking about only passing marks, then also you can cover from these chapters. Then what is the next? See here, you have covered all the 8-mark questions already. And we'll discuss about more the questions which are giving more marks first. Okay, all the 3 8-mark questions have been covered already. Then 4-mark questions. Out of 4-mark questions, we have covered 2 questions. We have covered 2 questions from second chapter and 4th chapter. Then next we are doing here. See, this is from which chapter? 8th chapter. From 8th chapter. From 8th chapter, how many marks? Not 8th chapter, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Yes, this is the 8th chapter. From 8th chapter, you are getting 14 marks. Right? Out of 14 marks, you can cover 2 4-mark questions here. Okay, you can cover 2. Why we are thinking about 4-mark questions? We have already covered 8-mark questions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 6 4-mark questions, we have covered 4 4-mark questions here. When we cover this particular 8th chapter. Okay, then we will cover last chapter. From this last chapter you can cover another 4-mark question. Means what? You are doing first, second and 4th chapter. After that 8th chapter and last 11th chapter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 chapters are there. From these 5 chapters only you can cover all the 3 8-mark questions and all the 6 4-mark questions. Means what? 24 plus 24. How many marks? 24 twos are how much? 48 marks. 48 marks you have covered. And simultaneously you have covered how many marks here? 1, 2 and 3. Means simultaneously you are covering 2 marks and 1 mark questions also. Means what? You can cover approximately 60 plus marks. 60 plus marks from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 chapters only. Which are those? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. These are the 5 chapters. From these 5 chapters you can score more than 60% mark out of 80%. Means 80 marks you can score more than 60. Okay, getting my point? Now what you have to do? You have to go to the blueprint which I will provide you and you have to decide which are the chapters you will do or which are the chapters you are going to give the preference. Why? Because sometimes what happens, the chapter may be giving you more marks but that chapter may be difficult. Out of giving preference to that one chapter, you may feel better giving preference to 2 small chapters. Understood? The pattern of studying of each and every student is different, but the intention of telling is you have to plan the things. You have to plan the things according to the blueprint. This is one example I have given you how I have studied. And if you are planning to score out of out, okay, if you are planning to score out of out, you have to do all the 1 mark and 2 mark questions of all the chapters, preferably 1 mark questions of all the chapters, and selective study for 8 mark and 4 mark questions. That is called as smart study. Thank you.